Hey there, Justice3 TV, it's me, Thorin, and I'm back with everybody's favorite game, Marvel Strike Force. And today is a great day. It's the Sinister Strike campaign. Time to start collecting those shards for the Sinister 6 team. And hey guys, if you're brand new to the channel, show your love, like this video if you enjoyed your time with it. You can always subscribe by clicking the link down on the right hand side of your screen or in the link in the description below. Don't forget to turn on notifications, that way you are notified whenever we're uploading any brand new content, so you could be the first to see it when it does. Full disclosure, I already have Rhino from the offer that my Marvel Strike Force actually gave out. Well, not gave, made it available for purchase. I have him at 3 stars. He's at level 60 right now. I got him in my Blitz roster already. Can't quite get him into the Red Blitz yet, but hopefully I can change that with this campaign. Usually I can get about 5 stars in by the time the campaign is over. This one's up for about 13 days, so I should be able to collect enough. So for this campaign, let's take a look at who we need to play. You need 5 city or villain characters. Fortunately enough, the Phoenix event has hooked me up with a couple really good ones. Only gonna use one, which is gonna be Nobu. He's like my only 6 red star character, and at his power level, in comparison to the rest of the guys on this list, it just makes sense. Now, top 4, right away, I'm definitely going to be using, of course, Green Goblin, because he's going to have that Sinister 6 trait already. I'm sure they're going to give us Rhino to play with. And I got Venom and Carnage to spread those diseases and clear those positive statuses and spread them around as much as possible. And Green Goblin's just gonna mop it all up. Now, for my number 5 slot, I do have 2 really good choices for me to take in. Obviously, Hand Assassin, not a stellar character according to most people in our community, but you know, she's already up there because I had to have her for the unlock on the Phoenix event. So he decent amount of power to play with, usually about a single target one. If I need that kind of thing, I might switch him out, but I really don't think so because Kingpin is my choice, mostly because he's going to have that great synergy with any of these villain characters. He's also city, and he's going to power up everybody and defend everybody as well. Plus the summons is just a nice little meat shield on top. So here we are with Kingpin himself, not completely powered up as you can see, but still really useful, especially since I do have him at 4 red stars. Really only benefits him on the HP level of things, but he is a protector and he is going to help out on that level. We got the summons at 4, which, like I was saying, is going to be meat shield quality. Probably protect characters like Carnage, who are a little bit squishy in comparison to the rest of the team. Boss's orders is what I really need this one for. I'm going to get offense up and defense up to protect the characters right off the bat. Now the timing is such where I get Kingpin to pull this off, it's going to take Green Goblin's ultimate to a much higher level and tends to sweep the field with damage, especially with a smaller group, because it is random, and the smaller the group there is, it's just going to hit continuously until it's done with his number. More times than not, the number's like 3 to 4. I usually see 4. Alright, his passive is going to help out some, not to a huge degree, but it is pretty good. At the start of each villain ally's turn, 10% chance for an ally to gain team attack for that turn, which is really good with this particular set of characters. Now, Nobu got a pretty good hit, not that great. Really going to be using him for the summons and possibly revives, depending on what's going on. I can flood the field with 2 characters that are able to summon, so the more meat shields out there, the better. And these ones, they do a little bit of damage with their abilities. Now for a character like Venom, this is really useful because if he decides to attack on that turn, not only is he going to cause a little bit of bleed, but he's going to strip any positive statuses, not any, 1 to 2 positive statuses right off the bat. Character like Venom, no, I'm not too sure about this. I'm pretty sure it's only 1 attack, but the possibility of spreading some of those negative statuses might be in the air, who knows. And a Green Goblin, that's just that much more damage that man can do on the field. I don't think I'm going to need to, fudge things in any direction. So I'm just going to leave everything just the way it is until I'm ready to go back to Kingpin and get him powered up. Now, if he ever gets the Sinister 6 tag, which I don't think so, because I have a really strong feeling that Mysterio might be that character. But if you check out the overall game milestones, there's one there where if you collect up to 20 mystical characters, that's how you complete that one milestone. Mysterio, I know he's a little techie, but they may push him into the more mystical range of things. I don't know. They usually want to go with whatever information they're getting from anything in pop culture that might be coming up, which is Spider-Man Far From Home, which opens up tomorrow. I'm already there to see it. One of the Spawn's birthday is tomorrow, so that's of course what we're going to be doing. And of course, the man himself, Venom, the Beast. He is, in my professional opinion, an advanced type character to use. Very theory crafty, but you gotta know what you're doing. Maul, one of my favorite basics in the game. This is gonna strip 2 positive statuses, but that's not all. He's gonna flip them into negative statuses, which can come in line with Carnage being able to spread that around. Or maybe a kill move, because Venom did enough damage, he could take those negative statuses, bump up his damage, and take him down. Not to mention, a little bit of bleed on that basic is pretty awesome. Violate is another monster move for his special. Attack primary target for 330% damage. Ability block. It doesn't sound like it. That's one of the most useful negative status that you can put out there. And 3 bleeds. That is huge, especially since Carnage can use that for a kill move or even spread a couple of those around. And if you're theory crafted and whatnot, Scarlet Witch can stretch out the time that those are available, or compound them along with other bleed characters like Vision or Pyro, one of the best blasters in the game. Death by bleed. And Corruption, not the hardest hitting move in the game, but it does spread out to adjacent targets, which spreads all those awesome negative statuses around, like defense down, bleed, all that good stuff. And not only that, but he's going to stack some heal block for a couple of turns right on top of that. Except for stun. Symbiosis, this one is really awesome. I mean, he does get a healing factor, which is pretty good, but it kind of works in conjunction with the second half of this power. Now, if his life reaches above 95%, now that doesn't make a lot of sense, but when you take into the fact that he does regenerate, he will get defense up. And if you power this one up to at least level 4, he's going to get 2 turns of defense up, which actually makes him pretty tanky. And if there's another Spider-Verse character, he's going to double his focus, making sure that that basic attack is going to throw down even more effectively. Now, given that Kingpin is on this team also, getting that assist to a team attack, that is awesome when Venom is a part of that. And here we are with Carnage, spawn of Venom. A little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but that's okay. He's on our side. Let's check him out. Got 4 red stars with him. That's pretty awesome. Cleave. Now this baby does a decent amount of damage. That's also going to spread about 1 to 2 negative statuses. Usually I see 2. And for 190% damage, and spread those around. He will attack the primary target for a really big chunk of damage, and then he's going to chain to 1 or 2 other characters, taking along some of those negative statuses, 2 to be exact, and spreading them to those characters. Really awesome when you really need to get those bleeds around, or even defense down, being the monster of all negative statuses. Slaughter. Protect the primary target for 350%. That's pretty good. Plus 100% additional damage per negative status effect. Think this one out, man. You get Venom in there. He just put down, 3 bleeds or something, heal block, whatever. That's 4 or 5 different statuses right there. This, more times than not, is a huge kill move or a tank softener. One small downside, he is going to take down all those negative statuses to bump up that damage 100 per, and he's going to attack the adjacent targets, which is actually pretty good for some chip damage and or kill damage for any characters that might be nearby. Absolute Carnage, the really ginormous, huge move, 420% piercing damage. He's also going to apply 2 bleeds for 2 turns, and if that primary target is above 50% health, he's going to give them bleed for 2 turns. This one is going to be absolutely incredible when I get the last level 7 power for this. It's a bump up in damage, 80% piercing. Frenzied Fury. Carnage's passive. When an enemy drops below 25% health, fill speed bar by 20%. Heal for 10% of this character's max health. This one is great, gives him some survivability. He is a little bit squishy. I'd rather have some defense up, but you want to know what? Healing is good too. Plus, he's going to snap off those attacks and turns that much faster. Speed bar is awesome. More than speed up, speed bar is something that isn't affected by positive or negative statuses, other than the fact that it will fill faster with each turn. But when you affect the speed bar directly, it's happening that second. Last but not least, Nobu. Not one of the greater leader type characters in the game to play with, but the summons that he gets is pretty awesome. And then you got his Shadow Strike, was it's like a so-so type of ability. I mean, he's going to attack the primary target for 240% damage and a 70% chance to go stealth for 1 turn, plus 40% chance to gain assist from a hand ally. Now, if your summons can survive, that's a good thing. Unseen Army, you're going to summon 2 hand ninjas, which is great. And if you're, a little bit newer to the game, your summons ability or powers, what have you, will be determined on the level of power your character actually has, also along with the power itself. That one can turn out to be more handy than it seems. One being combined with Kingpin's minions who have taunt on them. They may actually be the meat shields of Nauvoo, and they can snap off their attacks, which are decently strong for summons. Ready the Trap. This one's pretty awesome when you're dealing with characters in a theory craft standpoint. It's going to give counter to anybody and all allies. That's going to stuff a lot of those moves that the opponent can pull off that might change. Secrets of Death. Hand allies get 5% chance to revive on death with 20% health. Non-hand allies, 5% chance to revive on death with 15% health. 5% chance to revive isn't all that great, but when it happens, it can be a huge advantage. You just gotta use it right. Take advantage of that situation. And hey guys, if you're brand new to the channel, show your love, like this video if you enjoyed your time with it. You can always subscribe by clicking the link down on the right hand side of your screen or in the link in the description below. Don't forget to turn on notifications, that way you are notified whenever we're uploading any brand new content, so you could be the first to see it when it does.